The UN's human rights chief has been watching Syria closely for a year. This was her most damning report yet.
Children have been killed by beating, sniper fire and shelling from government security forces in several places throughout Syria.
The United Nations gave up counting the overall death toll when the figure stood at 5,400. Pillay says crimes against humanity may have been committed. But the UN's top body, the Security Council, has been unable to agree on a response, mostly because of Russian and Chinese objections.
The failure of the Security Council to agree on firm collective action appears to have emboldened the Syrian government to launch an all-out assault in an effort to crush dissent with overwhelming force.
In reply, the Syrian ambassador said his government had the right to defend people against what he called armed opposition forces.
Anyone who perpetrates a violent armed act must be brought to justice. Justice being national justice and not YouTube justice, not the screens of Al Jazeera or Al Arabiya, no.
During the General Assembly meeting, Russia, China, Iran and North Korea all showed their support for the Syrian government. Most democratic countries, led by France, the United Kingdom and the United States, are fully backing the Arab League peace plan, which calls for Syrian President Assad to step aside. In other words, it's another predictable deadlock.
When investigations are made and final responsibility is determined, we too will be judged as members of the United Nations.
On Sunday, the Arab League proposed sending UN peacekeepers into Syria, but that would need the backing of the Security Council. Russia already has doubts.
This requires the consent of the receiving country, and of course, for a peacekeeping mission, you need peace to keep. In other words, first you have to agree on some kind of ceasefire.
But almost a year after the crackdown in Syria began, both a ceasefire and diplomatic consensus seem as elusive as ever. Cath Turner, Al Jazeera at the United Nations, New York.